Candles 101, the Catholic edition. Welcome to Supreme Catholic Meme, where faith meets humor and tradition shines with a twist. Join us as we explore the Catholic faith through storytelling, inspiration, and of course, a whole lot of memes. Subscribe now and let's bring some lighthearted joy to your faith journey. Ever walked into a Catholic church and thought, wow, did I accidentally stumble into a candle factory? Well, you're not alone. Today we're tackling the burning question, why are Catholics so obsessed with candles? Let's start with some history. Candles have been a symbol of God's presence for centuries. Back in the Old Testament, the menorah burned in the tabernacle and later in the temple, representing God's everlasting light. Fast forward to the New Testament, and Jesus calls himself the light of the world. Boom, candles become a spiritual symbol that even your great-great-great-grandma's church couldn't resist. The early church saw the potential of candles not just as a source of light, but as a profound spiritual symbol. In the writings of St. Jerome, we find that candles were lighted during the reading of the Gospel, not to dispel darkness, but as a sign of joy. Similarly, the Exsultet sung during the Easter Vigil reminds us that the Paschal Candle represents Christ as the true light, with the pure beeswax symbolizing his sinless flesh and the flame his divine nature. Now let's talk about candles in action. Ever been to an Easter Vigil Mass? It's like Catholic Broadway, and the star of the show is the Paschal Candle. Side note, holding one of those tiny candles while trying not to burn the person in front of you, that's a Catholic rite of passage, and did you know? During the Middle Ages, candles were often used in processions, even outside of churches, to mark significant events or honor visiting dignitaries. This tradition likely influenced their use in liturgical ceremonies today. But it's not just about big fancy ceremonies. Candles play a huge role in personal prayer too. You've probably seen votive candles, those little ones people light when they're praying for something specific. These candles, placed before statues or shrines, are powerful symbols of ongoing prayer and devotion, burning long after the faithful have left the chapel. Each candle is a physical sign of our prayers rising to heaven, plus it's a reminder that Christ's light is always with us, even in the darkest times. The connection between light and hope is universal and timeless, which is why candles have been integral in both joyful celebrations like baptisms and somber moments such as funerals. Did you know that candles were common in pagan worship before being adopted by the Church? Far from shying away, the Church embraced candles to enhance the splendor of its ceremonies. They became a natural language of mystical expression, like music, perfumes, and floral decorations, all transformed into tools for sacred worship. Here's a quirky tradition. In medieval times, people would offer candles the same height as themselves at a shrine when asking for a favor. Imagine walking into church with a candle taller than you. Talk about making a statement to the saints. And this wasn't just a medieval quirk. The practice symbolized offering one's whole self in prayer and trust to God, or the saint being invoked. And have you ever wondered why candles are made of beeswax? It symbolizes the purity and hard work of the bees, often likened to the Virgin Mary and her immaculate nature. The wick represents Christ's soul, and the flame his divinity, burning brightly for all to see. Even the church rubrics mandate that candles used in Mass be made predominantly of beeswax, emphasizing their spiritual and symbolic significance. Let's not forget Candlemas, the feast of the presentation of the Lord, where candles are blessed and distributed. It's a beautiful tradition that reminds us Christ is the light of the world. Families would keep these blessed candles for use during storms, family prayers, or even during times of illness to invoke God's protection. Fun fact, the rubrics for Mass require lighted candles on the altar, and some rites involve lighting additional candles during specific moments, like the Sanctus. Even in windy conditions, lanterns are used to protect these sacred lights. The lighting of extra candles during solemn occasions or high feasts adds to the grandeur and reverence of the celebration. At the end of the day, candles represent something profoundly spiritual. Whether it's the Paschal Candle at Easter, the flickering votives in a quiet chapel, or the altar candles during Mass, they all symbolize Christ's light overcoming darkness. Lighting a candle is an act of faith and hope, a way to say, Jesus be my light. So the next time you see a Catholic lighting a candle, don't just think, wow, they really like fire. Remember the rich history, the powerful symbolism, and the faith that goes into that simple act. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Catholic memes and musings. Until next time, keep shining your light. Thanks for tuning into Supreme Catholic Meme. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more faith-filled fun. And remember, whether it's memes, musings, or a bit of Catholic comedy, we're here to keep the faith burning bright. See you next time.